Mount Ararat at 4,630 meters altitude, Part 6. Noah's Ark did not land in that cavern at 4,630 meters altitude when the waters of the Great Flood began to retreat from the earth. Noah's Ark fell into that cavern sometime in its past. Mount Ararat is 5,137 meters high. Noah's Ark landed at 4,991 meters altitude when the waters of the Great Flood began to retreat from the earth. In this picture you see what appears as the front side of a ship. The altitude is 4,991 meters, just 146 meters from the top of Mount Ararat. But how did Noah's Ark, from 4,991 meters altitude, end in a cavern of the mountain down below at 4,630 meters altitude? It fell into that cavern. For some unknown reason, Noah's Ark broke itself off from its landing spot at 4,991 meters altitude and slided down the mountain into that rock cavern at 4,630 meters altitude. But I believe that the ship, before falling into the cavern, its sliding down was stopped just above the cavern entrance in this area here in the picture, and then sometime later was pushed inside the cavern by a glacier that formed from the area both above the cavern and covering the cavern. A glacier that covered the whole area, hiding both Noah's Ark and the debris fields near the ship. A glacier that was present here recently but has completely disappeared, probably in the past few months, because of global warming, exposing both the ship and the debris fields in plain sight, both from Google Earth and for anyone who would personally visit the site. But it's not just here that the ice disappeared. Over the top of Mount Ararat, much ice has disappeared, revealing areas where the Ark rested, and the debris scattered over the ice, debris of the ship that probably till recently and in the past few months were completely covered by ice and snow. The reasons that has me to believe that the Ark resided for some time above the cavern entrance before falling into it is the presence of all that debris you see in this picture, where this box-type structure is present, along with what appears as a building of several rooms, all having come out from the ship's right starboard side and bottom hull, and having fallen inside this small cavern. The reasons that has me to believe that most of all this debris is from the ship's starboard side will be explained in following videos to this episode. In this picture you see that there are at least two caverns. A smaller cavern where there is much material from the inside of the Ark, where you see the box-type structure, and this other structure with rooms divided by walls, and then the larger cavern where the ship resides. I believe that there was a glacier that covered the whole area, and it was this glacier that slowly and gradually pushed the Ark towards the main cavern until it fell inside of it. But before falling inside that cavern, it was pushed inside of it by the glacier that housed Noah's Ark. The ship, in its being pushed by the glacier, its starboard hull broke, emptying parts of its interiors of structures and animal cages, and in its scraping over the rock ground over this small cavern broke its bottom hull, emptying other debris, its hull. In this picture, you see where the Ark landed at 4,991 meters altitude. In some time in its past, and for some reason unknown, Noah's Ark broke off from 4,991 meters where the ship landed when the waters of the Great Flood retreated. In its breaking from this altitude, it left parts of its front side slided down the mountain, leaving behind, in its sliding down, trails of timber, probably from its bottom hull, including those room-type structures at 4,860 meters altitude, which I believe came out of the ship through the ship's opening between its front decks and front side. In this picture is how I believe Noah's Ark slided down from its landing spot to the cavern below, and in its sliding down the mountain, left not just a trail of timber and a structure made of rooms, but at least 6 debris fields before falling in that cavern where the ship is present today.